everybody, and welcome to this week's Tarot Energy Reading. This is for the week beginning on Monday, September the 28th. Just a quick reminder before we get into it, I want to let you know that this is not a predictive reading. This is not about what's going to happen. This is all about tapping into the universal energy that is surrounding us all and giving you some actionable tips and advice on how to best use that energy, which is there anyway, so that you can make the most out of the week ahead. Ready? Let's get started. I shuffled this deck really well before I turned on my camera, so it's now just a matter of laying out the cards. But before I do that, I just want to cut the deck. Okay, so this first card is going to represent Monday and Tuesday, so the beginning of the week. Then we're going to look at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the second half of the work week, and then we're going to look at the weekend. So let's see what the energy has in store for us. We're going to start with the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles immediately has us going into the material realm at the beginning of the week. So when I say the material realm, I'm talking about anything that has to do with finances, career, your environment, your home, even your body, your health, the way you feel. Think about anything that is tangible for you. The Four of Pentacles in particular is drawing our attention to things we may be holding onto in order to maintain the illusion of control. Typically, this has to do with finances, but it doesn't have to. It can be anything material, right? Where are you holding on to things because you don't want to let go? Because you're afraid of what will happen if you loosen your grip even just a little bit. I find that this happens a lot, especially now. Myself as well as my clients are feeling a lot more drawn toward holding on to the things that give them comfort and safety. Because with the world feeling so uncertain right now, we tend to want to hold on to those things that do give us a sense of certainty. But here's the thing, the more we try to hold on to something, the more we grit our teeth and grasp onto it, the less we're actually able to hold on to it. It tends to slip through our fingers, and then we get more and more stressed out over this idea of controlling the thing, keeping a handle on all of it, which of course then affects our mental state, our emotional state. It has this cascading effect that all stems from us wanting to really grip onto something tightly. So it feels to me that the message for the beginning of the week is just to take a step back and to acknowledge where you may be holding on to things a little too tightly and ask yourself why you're doing that. Is it out of fear? Is it out of needing to control the environment so that things don't feel too uncertain, so that you can predict what's going to happen and you can prepare for it? Where is your mind and your thought pattern leading you when you're feeling the need to grasp onto things? And then maybe consider loosening your tight grip a little bit if it serves you. Let's look at the second half of the week then. And here we have the Page of Wands. I love this really cute green cat here. With the wands, we are talking about, I like to think of the wands as the soul cards. So we're talking about your passion, your creativity, your drive, your motivation, your dreams, just those things that make you who you are, your identity, and then really impact the way that you show up in the world. When we're looking at the court cards, so those are the pages, knights, queens, and kings, I think of these as aspects of our personality that are drawing our attention to them. The pages represent that naive, childlike quality. And here I'm using the word naive in the best way. Naive meaning that this energy hasn't yet been encumbered by responsibility, by pressure, by experiences that maybe haven't gone the way that we wanted them to. If you think about a child who is embarking on a new journey, they're typically super excited regardless of what that journey is, right? Going to school is super exciting at first. Going on vacation is really exciting. Starting something new is always very exciting. And that's because they have this approach that is playful and enthusiastic, and they just can't wait to see what happens next. And so that is the energy that the second half of the week is going to be holding you. And I want you to ask yourself, how can you be a little bit more playful in the way that you show up in the world? Maybe give yourself the ability to be creative, set aside some time for a passion project, and try to let go of the negative thoughts and voices that maybe harken back to the past. So typically we are hardwired to look for evidence in our past of whether something is going to go well or not, of whether something is going to work in the future or not. But the Page of Wands is urging us to let go of that and just be in the moment and experience it, allow ourselves to be in a beginner's mindset and just see what happens. And now let's look at the weekend. With the weekend, we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is again in that same realm as having to do with our soul's calling, our passion, our purpose, our creativity, our inner fire, our drive. But the three is asking us to be a little more cautious about what we have planned and also to be flexible when we need to. So the Three of Wands is typically about expecting the unexpected and making sure that we are prepared for it. So when we're looking at the energy that is going to be available to us in the upcoming weekend, I think the message is just to stay open and flexible to the fact that things may not go as planned, but to be aware that you can handle it. I really want to draw your attention to the look on this woman's face. It is fierce. She might be naked, but you're not going to mess with her. She's got a skull on a stick. For goodness sakes, you are not messing with this girl. She knows what she's doing. She knows that she can handle herself no matter what comes her way. And there's such strength in that. So no matter what comes your way this upcoming weekend, I want you to recognize that there is so much power inside of you in the way that you can determine your next steps and that you can just flow along with change when it comes. Not that change leaves us much choice, but change can sometimes knock us for a loop. It can really yank the rug out from under us when something unexpected happens. The Three of Wands is drawing your attention to the fact that you are always in control, not in the Four of Pentacles type of control where you're really needy and graspy and wanting to hold on tight to everything, but the kind of control that says, I have control over my own thoughts, over my own feelings, and then as a result, over my own actions. And those are the things you can always control. Not so much the material world around you, but your inner life, right? Those wands that we were talking about. So just a really quick recap, Monday and Tuesday, the energy is about being really aware of where you're grasping on tight to the things that you want to control, and perhaps ask yourself some questions about why that need to control the environment around you is so important, and ask yourself if you can loosen that grip a little bit. Moving to the second half of the week, you are being encouraged to set some time aside for a passion project, for a creative project, and just to approach it with a beginner's mindset and a sense of playfulness. And then we have the Three of Wands for the weekend, which is drawing your attention to the fact that things might not go as planned, that you may feel like you're in over your head, like maybe you've taken on too much, you've signed up for too much, you're feeling really vulnerable. But it's also drawing your attention to the fact that you are fully empowered in the way that you handle the situation, and that no matter what, you've got this because you are not a person to be messed with. Now, are you? No, you're not. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week ahead. If you want to continue this work and go even deeper and make sure that you are harnessing the universal energy in the best possible way to set yourself up for success, I would encourage you to sign up for my newsletter. There is a link down below where every week not only do I share these readings, but then there are journaling prompts to take this work further, as well as articles that are motivational and inspirational and allow you to go deeper with everything that we talk about in these quick little weekly energy readings. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week.